Warning, this video contains spilled tea on experiences from the beginning and throughout. Any opinions and comments made in this video are my personal feelings and thoughts. No offence should be taken from this video as everyone's experiences are different. Thank you very much, and I hope you enjoy the video. Konnichiwa, welcome back to my channel, and today I'm talking about my A-level experience. Oh geez. So my A-level experience, oh gosh, where do I start? Okay, so there's many reasons why I wanted to do A-levels, and I can't emphasize how much I was looking forward to it. Unfortunately, that opinion changed when I found out I couldn't do the subjects that I wanted to do as A-levels on the open day, and for that I thank the option blocks, I'm not gonna lie. But again, why is that a thing? It's 2018. Can they stop trying to make option blocks happen? Because it's not going to happen. I ask myself now why I did not decide to leave then if I really wasn't happy with it, but to be fair, no one will know. And even if you said to them on the open day, well, even if I said to them on the open day, I want to do this subject, they couldn't change the option box. It was a bit rubbish. They couldn't cater for everyone. I can understand that, but they should be able to as a sixth form at least, and this is why I'm not a big fan of option blocks basically. And I know other sixth forms and sixth form colleges don't have these option blocks and can cater for other people, so why cannot my own sixth form? This does not make sense. If I knew music was going to be in the same block as chemistry back in March when I was in year 11, well, I would have gone elsewhere, to be honest. And they left it till the last minute, and I know it was too late by that point to go and change my application, go somewhere else and everything. And to be fair, I didn't know where else to go. Yeah, I understand it was late by that point and was sort of my fault, but I should have still expected the same, like I would have done with any other sixth form. And yes, I guess it's like Monday to Friday, 9 till 3:20, but to be honest, it felt like more 5 because I was working my ass off just to get the damn grades. And where I went, I can only like about 10% recommend it, because the other 90% was just so inadequate. And this is because reality wise, it's not what it said on the label. But then again, someone blames funding and another has other reasons. I'll let you figure out which one that is. And year 11s, they expect so many good things going into post-16 education. But the thing is, it's not all great. It's not all butterflies and sprinkles and fairy cakes. Yeah, I'm not gonna mention cakes again. Leaving it there. And all that I felt like was wishing I never went there and pretty much nagging the tutors all the time just for a breakdown corner, because they tested your mental health to its limits. I didn't feel that much confident in myself anyway, so someone telling me, oh, you're not good enough, made me feel more and more rubbish. So there wasn't a lot of facilities in the sixth form or trips that actually helped my future career. Apart from that, there was like UCAS fair and a trip to Sheringham if you did geography A-level. But if you didn't do geography A-level, the only trip you would be doing is you'd be going to the shop, which is like a 5-minute journey for 20 minutes in a study period. Now, I'm not going to lie, it wasn't the best shop in the world, but at least they had hot, decent food there than, I don't know, me waiting for hot food in the flipping sixth form for like a half term. And when I mean the half term, I was waiting 6 weeks for hot food, and it took a student just to get us hot food. I think that was just absolutely ridiculous, to be honest. And the fact is, you should have decent hot food in the sixth form. I'm sorry, everything should have been ready for when we came back in September. But the fact that we had to wait 6 weeks for hot food was just absolutely, and I mean absolutely, ridiculous. The big black gates were over exaggeration, looks like prison gates. But then again, I'm doing A-levels, aren't I? Like, what do you not expect? And you couldn't go home without a good reason and you wasn't given the freedom, especially if you had 5 free periods all day, one of my friends did, and she still had to come in after school. That did not make any damn sense at all. If you don't have any lessons from 9 till 3:20 that day, what is the even actual point of that? You might as well say have the day off. Like, you could be working otherwise and be trying to earn money for university, say if you was going. Oh, and I forgot, the staff. Now, if you are watching, I do want to say most of the staff there didn't really help me out. And I mean, some staff will be willing to help you and teach the specification with no problem at all, bit by bit, and literally the tiniest bits you would have to know. And others would just sit on their laptop whilst you're even writing notes from a book, which don't make sense at all. And when I don't mean make sense at all, you're having to go over it again, asking everybody else in the class, because you feel like if you ask the teacher, they'll just say, look in the book. And even doing group work, I felt that was a bit meaningless, with all respect to that. Even one of my teachers decided to refuse marking one of my essays, and this was like 2 months before the actual exam. Now, I'm sorry, I'm not gonna lie, that absolutely annoyed me to bits, because I was only trying my best, and to be told, oh, I'm not marking your essay, get lost, I felt like they didn't want anything to do with me at all, and that's what really annoyed me, because I'm someone who really wants to work hard, I don't give up, and to be told, oh, I'm not marking your essay, was just making me feel way more low than I already was at that time. I spent a lot of time doing the essays as well. They have a go at you for trying your best, and I'm not saying every teacher's like this, because the thing is, if you are trying your best at the end of the day, you are only trying your best, and I don't want anyone feeling like they are not good enough, because you are good enough. This is life advice here. No one should never tell you that you are not good enough. I understand if teachers are off for personal reasons as well, which is understandable, but for no permanent replacement of a correct teacher with the correct qualifications, can I just point out, how do you expect health and social care students to do well when their coursework is 2 weeks overdue? Because they haven't had the correct guidance. And some teachers also only prioritise those who were targeted at A stars and A's, and I hate saying that because I think no teacher should be prioritising those students, and it is wrong, it is discrimination. I'm sorry, but I said this would be harsh, and you're getting harsh. Personally, I was teaching myself the specification throughout summer after AS levels, because I felt that I would never do well if I had no idea of what was to come. It's quite sad saying that, but then again, I didn't really want to socialise that summer, I'm sorry. I've learnt a lot of lessons from my experience and why everyone says don't do A-levels. I felt like not a lot of my teachers actually supported me throughout the whole A-level process, and for the teachers that did, I do thank them for that so much, because I don't know how I would have survived otherwise. I felt uninspired by most of my teachers to do well, and they really made me not believe in myself, sort of explaining why I used to be in such a bad mood all the time, and the lack of confidence as well. I couldn't really speak up for myself. It was hard to even ask for help, because I always felt like most of the time I was that student who would try but would never be right, and even when I asked for help, I didn't get the right help required. When you are told that you're not gonna get the grades and everything, that just really brings you down. It just upsets me, because I really wanted to do well, and I really wanted to go to university too. Even on results day, it was so hard, because I got passed on to a careers advisor. They didn't really want anything to do with me. I originally was determined on resitting, and they just kept pushing me away. They just put me in the room and told me to sell myself. Now that is, without a doubt, just putting me down even more. I was on and off crying for 2 weeks, and if that doesn't emphasise how upset I was about the grades and how annoyed I was that I even got them grades, I don't know what else can explain it, to be honest. I was hoping in that summer, I'd get the grades, I'd be going off to university, and that was not the case at all. Yes, I left at the time, and I know I'm not your priority anymore. I wasn't then on results day, but you could have given me some more help and support. I don't know what was going through my head through that time. I literally didn't even want to see anyone for 2 weeks. I just don't know else how to explain. And I thought going to that sixth form would have been a better choice than anywhere else. Well, I was definitely wrong, wasn't I? Let's be honest. I mean, I got to do the JLPT, which was really good as well, and the teacher that I had for that was amazing, and they even gave me more support than the actual teachers for my A-levels did. I was too upset to even face anyone for 2 weeks. I literally did not want to go out of the house at all. I was too scared, and it is hard talking about it because it just brings so many bad memories back. This video has been a bit self-centered, I must admit, but sometimes you have to let the tea spill instead of not saying anything at all and bottling it up. And I know I'm not the only one who feels like this either. And I didn't really have a problem with the people there, but I think with every sixth form as well, there's different cliques and not everyone will get on together. I am grateful for the experience I had, and I definitely learned a lot from it. But really, at the end of the day, choose where you want to go, and wherever you go in life too, you'll get an experience. And I promise you, whatever that experience is, you'll definitely get something out of it. I think this video has been the hardest for me to do, especially after everything I went through throughout year 12 and year 13. It took me a lot of courage to do this video. So before I finish off this video, I just want to say that the things that I have said are true. I wouldn't want to deny anything at all. I am much happier now where I am at, which is at Confetti Institute of Creative Technologies. I am doing music performance and songwriting there, and I do want to give a big shout out to my group who have delightfully taken me in, made me their own. I've got to be honest, everybody fits in and we are all one big family, and I don't know how much more I can emphasize that. So I just want to say thank you so much, and I do really appreciate it. Okay, so that is the end of the video. Make sure you go and like and subscribe. So I do want to say thank you so much, but for now, matinee.